Alright guys, before I do this review, I want to tell you where not to buy these off of Amazon from this particular seller, MLSS. Do not buy these from this seller on Amazon. I had nothing but problems. So very quickly, what happened is when I received the yellow and red, the amber and the red had a damaged base. I took pictures, I notified MLSS. I waited the 48 hours. It required me to get to Amazon and go through Amazon for them to do something. And then MLSS, instead of stepping up to the plate and having the item picked up at my house because it was damaged, they required that I have to actually go to UPS and myself to the UPS store instead of them picking it up from my home. So I did that. I received the second one. The second one was damaged. And again, the same issue. Also, when they sent the second one out, they just sent it in the box. The box was all damaged. I'm surprised the item wasn't damaged. Just no thought at all to getting to the product to the customer. So what I ended up doing is actually calling Custer Products and seeing if I could take care of the issue through them. They were excellent to deal with. They put me in touch with a Todd. I sent Todd some pictures. I also complained about MLSS, and they sent me out a brand new base. And so I wanted to thank Todd from Custer Products for doing the job that MLSS didn't do and wouldn't do. Thank you, Todd. Okay, we have these two LED lights. They're made by Custer Products. We have a red on the right, the amber on the left, and they are adjustable emergency lights with a magnetic base. The red light is an item HF18R-MB. The amber item number is an HF18A-MB. And I paid $28.50 each. Now this has 18 LED lights. There's 3 rows with 6 LEDs per row. I was looking for something that I could use in an emergency with my vehicle, if you broke down alongside the road. Also, when it's real bad out or foggy, I wanted something that I could put on the top of the roof of my car, aiming backwards to signal vehicles, because today so many people just don't slow down. I don't know, in bad weather, and I thought anytime you could be more visible, the better, especially when it's very foggy. So I already had Custer lights that had magnets on the back of them. It didn't have a magnetic base like you see here, but it had magnets on the very back, and I was very happy with those. So when I saw they had these, I thought I'd give these a try. As to the controls, they're both the same. You have this button that activates it. If you push it once, it's steady. Push it a second time, you're in flash mode. Press it a third time, and it shuts the unit off. And this is the how you take it apart. You take these 2 bolts out. You can either use a flat blade or Phillips. And then when you remove those, just pull it out here, and you access to change batteries. This does require 4 AA batteries. So when you take it apart, it does have a gasket, and there's your 4 AA batteries. And you want to be careful if you're doing this outside, so that you don't lose these bolts. They're not held captive, so they will come out. Putting it back together is very simple. When you hear that click, you're on. And then I find it better to use a number 2 screwdriver when putting the screws back in. As I said, you can use either or, a Phillips or a slotted. But the Phillips, in my opinion, gives a better grip. Let's take a look at the base of this. If we look at the very bottom, we've got the nice heavily covered magnet so as to not scratch your vehicle. And you can mount this on the side of your car, on top, the roof, or the hood, depending, you know, to keep your car visible if you break down. And again, that's what I liked about this, is that it was safe for the vehicle, and you could put it on any metal surface of your vehicle. Now you've got these 2 knobs at the base down here where you would loosen them up to change the angle of the light. So depending on how you had this positioned, this is at the most forward direction, 90 degrees, and then you can literally tip it like this. So if you wanted this on the side of your vehicle, you could have it like this, and then that would work that way. Or you could pull it up again for use like this, or whatever angle you so desired. So that works out pretty nice. And then you just tighten those knobs back down, and you're done. I like the fact that these knobs are dished out like that so that you can get your fingers in there and easily grip it to loosen or tighten it. Now when you get this, it'll be in 2 pieces. You'll have the light separated from the base, and all you got to do is, let me take that off. So when you get it, it'll be like this. Each one will be wrapped separately, and you'll see where you've got this, where you can push this down. This is going to be the front, and then this would go on like this. Line up those tabs, and you hear it click, and it's on. And if you want to take it off again, just push down on that tab and take it off. Alright guys, well, let's see these in action on the vehicle. Now what I did is I took these lights back off the roof. It's been raining all day. Put them back down on the wet surface of the my CRV, and then I went down the road 55 miles an hour, and they did not come off. Let's see how they come off here by hand. Very easily, but like I said, with a wet roof going 55 miles an hour, these did not move. They did not come off the vehicle. Now I wanted a way to keep these in the car where they wouldn't get damaged. Otherwise, they could, you know, get scratched, damaged, broken, and where would you put them? So I had several of these boxes that actually tools came in. When I bought these, I actually bought these, several of these, because they were so cheap. I couldn't buy the box without the tools that cheap. So anyways, I decided to take the tools out of this, and I'll show you how I'm going to put the lights in there to keep them safe in my vehicle, and when I need it, I know where to go. Alright, so let's open it up. And as you can see, I just marked on with a silver marker so I knew what was in here. And there you see the inside of it, and it actually has this inside liner that you see built in. So like I said, when I bought those boxes, it was a hell of a deal to just buy several of those to have it just when I needed the boxes. And these are the kind of boxes you can get a Pelican, might even be made by Pelican. They're the exact same style as a Pelican or even a Harbor Freight. Very easy to come by this size box. In fact, the interior dimensions at the top here, the length and width are about 12 inches by 9 1/4 inches by 4 inches deep from the bottom to here, excluding the lid. And all you got to do is take your 2 lights. I put them in here like this. They work out perfect this way. There's only one other thing that I did to ensure, because if I left them like this, they definitely would be moving around. They'd get up and you might scratch the lens and stuff. So I just took one of these big kidney type sponges and put that in there. And then this way, when you're moving this thing around, it keeps the lights from being disturbed inside. It's worked great for me.